Well, hello YouTube friends and welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, we're going to talk about flying a jet without instructions and no idea how to land. This is my story. Welcome back. So what do I mean by flying a jet without instructions and no idea how to land? Well, a little over 4 months ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD at over 50 years old. And when my doctor said it, he said, you've had this your whole life. I really didn't take it. I wasn't really that surprised about it, really, when he said it, because I've always known there was something different about me. I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I wondered why I did the things I did that other people didn't seem to be doing the same things I was doing or work the same way I was working. And so yeah, I was diagnosed with it. And then everything, my whole life made sense. And, I started doing more research. An example, and we'll talk about this in this series. Now I'm going to do 3 episodes. This is the first one, and we'll talk about a few topics of ADHD. The second one will be some additional topics, and the third one will be how I'm living with it, what I'm doing about it. So hyperfocus is a big one. And in hyperfocus, I used to say I would think that I'm obsessing over something, and I shouldn't be doing that, but it really was not. It was hyperfocus. And the advent or accessibility to the internet magnified things exponentially. I mean, having all of this data at your fingertips, it's a nightmare for somebody like me. It's also, woohoo, because I can spend weeks and weeks researching some minute something, or have some crazy idea that I want to buy another car. You guys have followed me for several years, so probably since my first video on here, I bet I've had 20 cars. Without me counting, I'm sure that I have, because I moved here in 2022, and I've had 2 motorcycles and 7, 8 cars now since I moved here. Crazy. And I've driven my wife crazy with it. I drove my parents crazy with it. I even drove my brother and sisters crazy with it, and my friends. So it's all part of the hyperfocus. When something new comes out and I jump on it, I'm in. I am in for about a minute. And then I drop it and move on to the next thing. It's that dopamine hit that I was looking for. So yeah, over the next couple episodes, here's a list of the topics that we're going to cover. Number 1 is hyperfocus, that I just spoke about. Number 2 is procrastination. Number 3, time blindness. Number 4, organization. And number 5, oversharing. We're gonna go through these 5 on this episode. Okay, so let's talk about number 1, hyperfocus, and we touched on that with my 100+ cars. So when the ADHD brain locks onto something it loves, it locks onto it. It obsesses. Hours go by. The world goes quiet. It's not a distraction. It's actually focus. It's hyperfocus, but there's no off switch. All right, this one makes me chuckle a little bit, but let's talk about procrastination. So it's not laziness or apathy. It's the fact that the ADHD brain doesn't know where to start because it doesn't get a reward for it. ADHD brains want that dopamine hit. So you will put it off to the last minute. And then at the last minute, you will hyper-focus on getting that task done. I've lived my life like that. Turn papers in school, you name it. Kathy can say, hey, I'm going shopping. could you have this done before I get back? Or could you do this while I'm gone so I can do this when I get back? And knowing that she's going to be home at 3 o'clock, at 2:30, I'm like, oh shit. And then I hammer away at whatever the task was. My whole life has been like that. So number 3 is time blindness, much like procrastination. Most people have a sense of time. ADHD people do not. There's 2 times for an ADHD person. It's now and not now. So hours can vanish, appointments can sneak up on you. I'll do it in a few minutes, can be 3 hours later. It can be excruciating. And number 4. So number 4, organization. This is something that I've gotten much better at over the years. And part of it's probably being married to Kathy for all these years because she is the ultra organized person. Although I could have a clean office like this, but open this drawer over here and we'll just see what you see. There's no organization in that, but I can tell you everything is in that drawer and probably where it's at in the drawer. I have to smooth things around just to close it. That's part of it. You know, in an ADHD brain, the organization has to make sense internally. So while a file cabinet can make no sense, a pile on the corner of the desk can make make perfect sense. You know where everything is on that desk. You've seen people that are unorganized with messy desk, but they know every little piece of paper that's on that desk and where it is. That person probably has ADHD. And subject number 5 is oversharing. Oh my God, I'm oversharing right now with you guys. It has plagued me my whole life. The filter between thought and spoken out loud doesn't exist with an ADHD person. And when it comes out, it's full context. It's every little granular detail and how it relates to something that happened in 1987. Oh, and by the way, the subject changed because when you said something about 1987, it reminded you of a car you had in 1987. And that car was red, and that reminded you of a red seat cover that you had on a boat that was made by cat skin. You see where it goes? It goes on, and it drives Kathy crazy. She'll say when we get in the car after we've been at some kind of social event, she'll say, why did you say that? Because I will overshare way too much information and really something out of the blue that had nothing to do with what everybody was standing around talking about. Or somebody mentioned a red seat cover, and I related that up to a red jacket that I had some way or other through something. Somehow I connect all the dots to it. It's plagued me my whole life, and it bothers me because I walked away from meetings and things and went, why did I say that? You know, it's oversharing, and now I know. So that's it for this episode. Next week, we'll talk about the other 5 things that are listed right here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of it. Listen, go out and chase your sunset because you know I'm chasing mine. And I hope to see you real soon. Take care.